Hey guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 2 of Season 1 of our Force India Korea. I think that's what I'm going to call it, I really don't know. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the last episode, make sure you go and check it out. It was out a couple of days ago. It was the Australian Grand Prix. We picked Force India. We're using a mod that brings in the world of real-life Formula 1 into Motorsport Manager, which is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, we've got the Chinese Grand Prix today. Nothing much to report here outside the track, off the track if you like, but on the track we threw together a couple of good laps with Ocon a 1:24.4 in practice and Sergio Perez a 1:27.8. It was a weather affected session, so we don't know what the true pace is, but yeah, we just basically set Ocon out on low fuel right at the end on overtake button and everything like that, and just went for it and set a good time as a result. We are gonna have to do that, I think, and we're gonna have to do that because it looks like intermediate weather today. I don't know what the weather forecast is after this session. It doesn't really say, so we're just gonna go out there and hopefully set a good time. They're very happy with the setup, which is good to see. And yeah, let's get into qualifying. We'll get out there early, make sure we get a lap in. Ocon can go out first this time. He's going to go out on the intermediate tyre. And we'll set Perez out as well on the intermediate tyre. Because obviously Ocon was out last time, we are going to just wait for Ocon to get out a little bit and then send Perez out. Nobody seems to be going for intermediate tyres, which is slightly concerning. But yeah, we're going to use the intermediate tyres and see how it goes. So if you guys are enjoying the series so far, make sure that you leave a like down below if you want to see more episodes. I'm recording this straight after the first episode, so sorry if I haven't implemented any of your comments, but I will be stopping recording after this one, and therefore any of your suggestions from episode 1 or 2 will be implemented into episode 3. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with this so far. We'll see what the lap times are like. I think Perez was quickest on the intermediate tyres in practice, so hopefully we'll have something similar in this one. But it looks like Hamilton's setting the pace at the moment, which you'd expect. You know, Mercedes are the best team after all. But we're just looking again at that top 15 with both cars. Make sure both of them are starting from a level playing field, because remember, Ocon was 20th at the last Grand Prix, but he still managed to finish 10th. He's gone quickest for now with a 1:27 point something. Perez has gone 2/10 quicker, and we are both nearly 2 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, but we're ahead of our sort of nearest competitors like Kvyat and Hulkenberg, etc. Hulkenberg finished on the podium in the last race, which was absolutely bizarre. And, you know, if we're ahead of him, it means that we can be in the running for podiums. I don't think we're going to win a race this season, but I'd certainly like to think that we'll get a couple of podiums here and there. 8th and 9th at the moment, I'm quite happy with that. Massa and Magnussen still to go through, and both of them are very slow, so well, actually it's dried up, so we're going to have to get back out there by the looks of it. And, well, no we're not, because in the next couple of minutes it's going to get torrential, so we'll just speed up the end of this session. We're just going to stay in the garage. I'm quite happy with 8th and 9th. I don't think they're going to quite have enough to get through in this session. I mean, most people are out there putting in laps. There's quite a few people below us that could challenge us, I guess, but I'm quite confident of getting through, so we're just going to stick in the garage for now. Where's Fernando? Oh, Fernando Alonso's in 7th. I was thinking, where has he gone? Which is worrying. I mean, we'll be thinking that this weekend at Monaco, or is it next weekend? I don't know when this is going to come out. It could well be this weekend. Could have been last weekend, knowing me. But Fernando Alonso racing at IndyCar. Let us know what you think about that. I think it's pretty cool. and it's going to be good to see Jenson Button back in the sport. But Alonso is sort of sticking his fingers up at McLaren because they're just awful now. Unfortunately, they haven't done well since 2014, really, and that's 4 seasons ago now. So, you know, these things happen. We have gone through. There's a couple of big shocks that have gone out in Q1, unless they improve their times. We'll wait for the confirmation. Raikkonen's out, Massa's out, Hülkenberg out. We'll confirm all that in a minute when we've got the confirmed standings, but they've completely messed up the weather conditions. Hamilton quickest in Q1. I really wish it wouldn't show that every time because he's not on pole position. He's just been quickest in Q1. But there we go. There are the Q1 standings when they come through off this F1 screen. There we go then. 5 shocks, I would say. I would say you would expect at least 4 of them to get through to Q2. Grosjean is out. I'd expect him to get through. Hülkenberg out. He finished on the podium in the last race. Kimi Raikkonen in the Ferrari out in 18th. Massa out. He did well in the last Grand Prix. And Kevin Magnussen bringing up the rear of the field. So this is a good opportunity to get 2 cars into the top 10, I think. We'll certainly see what the weather's like. It's still raining. We'll just go with the same sort of strategy. This time Checo will get the advantage of going out first and getting the clear air, and then we'll send Ocon out just after him, and yeah, we'll see what we can do about that. The weather forecast is looking like that, so it is going to get damper and damper as the session goes on. We're going to watch Checo Perez this time and see how he can do. He's got clear air, which is brilliant news. Both of them have got clear air. We've just got to hope that Ocon picks up the pace a little bit. We will go on auto, by the way. I forgot to do that. Ocon is unfortunately just in front of Lewis Hamilton. We'll keep an eye on things. Hopefully we'll get a decent start of the lap. And he has got clear air, which is great to see. Perez has got clear air, so we'll keep an eye on him for now. Perez setting obviously fastest sectors because he's the first one out. Verstappen has gone out on super soft tyres, so it'll be interesting to see what his pace is. It is going to get a little bit drier as the session goes on, but I think it's going to be good to get a time in early on here rather than come in and try and take advantage of the dry weather. Ocon is doing well. He's not quite as quick as Perez, who's gone through with a 1:27. Ocon has gone slightly quicker though, a 1/10 of a second quicker, but Hamilton is the quickest so far. We're going to bring these two in and hopefully send them out on soft tyres. I think Verstappen could be the one in the driving seat at the moment. Let's see how he's doing. He's currently 6/10 off pole position. He is on the soft tyres though, and it is getting less and less damp. Is he going to go? Well, yeah, he's going quickest at the moment. Verstappen is going to be the one that's going to go top of the leaderboard, surely. Verstappen goes P3. He's surely through though. Both of our drivers are currently in the drop zone. It is going to get wetter though. We'll have to send them both out on a brand new set of intermediate tyres. I don't think we can do anything else particularly. But Ocon currently through. We'll send them both out together. I think that was a bit of a mistake, but we'll see. I'm going to actually turn that off and tell them to slow down. Hopefully back off a bit from Perez. Come on. It's just going to have to go for it, I'm afraid. Perez is the lead car. Luckily, Perez is the one that's currently out at the moment, so it'll affect him a little bit more, having that clear air. So here we go. Ocon's overtook him. This isn't good. This isn't good. Oh my word. We shouldn't have sent them both out together. They're just going to destroy each other's laps. But Perez is improving, I think. Doesn't look like a personal best, but If he can stay within 8/10 of Lewis Hamilton, then he's in a good position. Oh, he's 2.3 seconds off. Perez is out. So Sergio Perez, who finished 5th in qualifying last time out, is only good enough for 11th. That's annoying. That's annoying. If we'd brought them in and put them on that soft tyre, we could have took advantage of that little gap in the rain, and maybe got 2 cars into the top 10. But we've got one of them in at the moment. Hopefully it'll stay that way. We'll just run it through to the end now, and it's going to be Esteban Ocon. But Perez in 11th. Some would say that's a good position to be in because he's got free choice of tyres and can hopefully start the race quite well and overtake people in the pit stops. Hamilton quickest again in that session. He went out on softs in the end. So, yeah, interesting. Ocon will get a choice of tyres in Q3. In the race, because Q2 he was on the wets. You would imagine, I don't know if that's coded in, but the five drivers going out are Sergio Perez, Stoffel Van Dorn, Pascal Wehrlein, Julian Palmer and Marcus Ericsson. So then, let's see how Esteban Ocon can do. It is raining quite badly out there now. We've only got one pair of intermediates left. What do we do? It looks like it's going to get slightly less wet as the session goes on. So I think we just stay in the garage for now. Can't really risk putting on another set of intermediates just yet. It's getting wetter and wetter though. We'll see how it goes. Track's getting worse and worse. Some are even going out on wet tyres. Yeah, I think we just send them out on the wet tyres and see what we can do. I was trying to see if it would dry up a little bit, and it is going to dry up as the session goes on, so I think we're going to bring him in actually. I know this is indecisive and it may not pay dividends, but he's going to come in at the end of this lap, and hopefully we can get out there when this track has dried on super soft tyres. How long have we got? Not long. Do we go out now? Not quite yet. We'll give it another 30 seconds. Right, we're gonna go out now. We're gonna take advantage of this. Here we go. Esteban Ocon, get out there now. This could be like Nico Hülkenberg in Brazil 2010 if he can put a lap together. That is the main thing. Going out on super soft tyres, it looks like everybody else is probably going to get time as well, so maybe we've mistimed this just slightly. The track is still damp. We're going to see how he does, and it should send him quickest theoretically at the end of this lap. Yeah, oh, we've got a Toro Rosso getting right in the way there, and Ocon has started his flying lap. He's 2.3 seconds up on Hamilton, Ricciardo in the first sector. Ricciardo is currently the fastest driver. Oh, this is nervy. We waited this long to try and get the advantage. I assume everybody else has gone out now on super soft, so it may not even come good. But we've set a 1:25.1. That is not as quick as we were in practice, so maybe I've made a mistake. I don't know. We're just going to have to keep an eye on the rest of the field. Sainz Jr. is currently going purple. He's only just a little bit quicker than us in the first sector. We'll see how he does in the second sector. He has gone purple, so it looks like we are going to finish 10th in the end, which is gutting really. Here comes Sainz Jr. He goes on pole position currently. Vettel is the next one to come through. He's got to go first. Yes, he has. Alonso's gone second. What a brilliant time that is. Hamilton's gone on pole. Bottas is on pole now. Ricciardo, last man over the line, and he finishes 4th. Unfortunately, we finished 9th. That is unfortunate. We missed 8th by a 10th. Maybe if we just timed it a little bit better, we could have done a lot better then, and maybe go up in 6th position, which would have been a good result for Ocon. But 9th is certainly better than 20th in the last Grand Prix for him. It's Valtteri Bottas, though, that will start the Chinese Grand Prix on pole position. Hamilton 0.06 of a second behind him in 2nd place, and I can't remember who was 3rd. Sebastian Vettel 3rd, Ricciardo 4th, Verstappen 5th, Alonso 6th, Sainz Jr. in 7th, Stroll 8th, Ocon 9th, and Daniel Kvyat in 10th. Right then, let's get into the race. It's a dry race, thank goodness. We barely have any wet tyres left. We need to be able to get into the top 8, hopefully. Could do that. And do that. Should get freedom of choice of tyre. Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. It's not damp, is it? No. It's gonna be soon though. It is gonna start raining. Oh. Well, maybe we do that then. Let's just stick with that. Who else is? Yeah, everybody's obviously the top 10 after starting intermediates. Is everybody else? Yeah, everybody's on intermediates, which is quite a surprise considering it's a dry start. Somebody you would have thought would have went for it. 5 red lights then, and lights out, away we go. Both of our drivers off to a good start, but we got held up there. I don't quite know what happened. But Ocon has maintained position. Perez is up into 10th if he can get past Kvyat, it is. And Ocon up into 8th place now, which is brilliant. So brilliant start for us. The rain is starting to come down, so very good decision by the strategists there to start us on the intermediate tyre. We are going to move the time up a little bit. Perez up into 10th position, Ocon in 9th at the moment. It's Valtteri Bottas leading the Grand Prix. Perez has got past Ocon, which is good. Bottas currently leading the race. It's Vettel in 2nd place. Bottas leading by a long way, so a very good start for him. Hamilton currently in 3rd. Remember, he won in Australia, so he's currently the championship leader. Ricciardo in 4th. His teammate Verstappen in 5th. Then we've got Fernando Alonso performing very, very well in 6th, and Pascal Wehrlein in 7th again. He had a good race last time out as well. But Perez has just got past him for 7th place. Sainz Jr. is in 9th, and Raikkonen has made a very, very good start, and he's back up to 10th after a poor qualifying display. Ocon is down to 12th. I don't quite know what's happened there. Apologies about that, guys. But yeah, Ocon currently in 12th. We'll turn this on to auto and see how they do with it. Perez currently in 7th, and he's going to try and close in on Fernando Alonso. We will tell him to just push a little bit more, try and get him nice and close to Fernando Alonso, and get ready for an overtake, because I think we are quicker than the McLarens. So yeah, we should be able to overtake him fairly easily, I think. Ocon wanted to attack more, so we've given him a bit more freedom. And we'll see how he does. He's in 11th place. He's closing in on Kimi Raikkonen currently. We'll switch to that battle now. So Ocon just behind Kimi Raikkonen, who is just behind Carlos Sainz. So that's an interesting battle. But Ocon goes down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen and passes him. What a move that was. But Raikkonen has just got Sainz and Ocon back there. Hopefully Ocon can get through on Sainz fairly quickly. Lewis Hamilton has just set the fastest lap of the race. It is still Valtteri Bottas who is winning the Chinese Grand Prix. Vettel is in second and Hamilton is in third. Ricciardo's fourth, with Verstappen fifth, and then Fernando Alonso in sixth. Perez is in seventh at the moment. He's coming up to lap Danny Kvyat, but Kimi Räikkönen is right behind. Can we get through? Yes, we can, and hopefully Kvyat will hold up Räikkönen a little bit. He does so. Perez is going to hopefully push on Fernando a little bit more. How are the tyres doing? They're about halfway through the life. Ocon is going through them at a little bit more of a rate than Perez is. It's going to get worse weather, so we may as well stay out there. We're going to try and conserve the tyres on both cars and stick out there as long as possible, because it is going to be a couple of laps before the heavier rain comes. Perez currently in 7th position at the moment. He who is that in 8th? Sainz Jr. has just passed Kimi Räikkönen. Ocon is up into 10th. I don't know quite where that happened. Maybe some people have pitted. Valtteri Bottas still leading the Grand Prix, but Vettel is closing in on him, and Hamilton in third as well, closing in fast. So that's an interesting battle for the lead there. Perez in 7th place. Still doing okay on the tyres. I think we're going to pit Ocon this lap. We haven't got any more intermediate tyres, unfortunately. The weather is going to get worse though, so we're going to put the wet tyres on and see how he does there. And Perez will stick out for one more lap with Perez. He's got Kimi Räikkönen right behind him. So let's keep on board with Esteban Ocon as he comes into the pits, and he's going to put the wet tyres on, remember. He's aware that's a good pit stop. Good pit stop. Not brilliant, but good. And we're out in 11th place, and that's very, very good to see. We're going to stick him on medium. Nope, that's not going to happen. We're going to pit him this lap and put him onto them. And we've got 14 laps to go here, so plenty of time for anything to change in this race, but currently the race is going as planned. We're going to have both in the points hopefully once the pit stop phase is done. Perez away with a good pit stop ahead of Räikkönen, which is even better. We've got Fernando Alonso just ahead of us in 6th place, and we're past him into 6th, but he's straight back through. I don't quite know what happened there. We'll see how Ocon's doing. He's currently in a battle for 10th place with Marcus Ericsson of Sauber, and he's going to come round the inside, and Esteban Ocon is into the top 10, which is brilliant news. And now he's going to chase after the other McLaren of Stoffel Van Dorn, while Perez is chasing the lead McLaren of Fernando Alonso. Kimi Räikkönen just behind here. Hopefully he won't come into it too much. 12 laps to go after this one. How we're doing on this, it's looking like it's going to be a soaked Grand Prix for quite a while, so we'll just stick with the wet tyres. But if you're enjoying this episode, make sure you do leave that like. It really does help the channel, and I do want this series to do really well. Share it to your friends if they're into their motorsport and you think they would enjoy this. But currently we've got Sergio Perez in 7th position. Bottas is still leading the Grand Prix. Hamilton is in 2nd place. Ricciardo 3rd. Vettel 4th. Don't quite know what's happened to Vettel. He was really pushing in on the lead not long before. Perez is down to 8th, by the way. He's just been passed by Räikkönen, but he goes down the inside. What a brilliant move. And we're right behind Fernando Alonso here, who's just pulled away with the ERS. Ocon is using his overtake button. Don't really know why. Oh, he's right in a battle with Van Dorn for 9th place. This has the potential to be a really good race for us today. Everybody seems to... Oh, what's happened there? How did I do that? Ah, so there you go. If you guys want to have a look at what's happening in the race so far, who's got the fastest lap? It looks like Fernando Alonso has. Don't really know why. I guess it was done at the start of the race. But Ocon in 10th place at the moment. He's lost a bit of ground on Van Dorn. Perez has lost a bit of ground on Fernando Alonso. We may push him a bit harder. Maybe we'll push these a little bit harder as well. Nah, I think just conserve. Actually, for Ocon, he's going through at a much heavier rate than Perez is. Perez can attack a little bit more and try and catch up to Fernando a little bit quicker than he would. But Fernando having a really good race at the moment. Kvyat bringing up the rear of the field, by the way. I don't quite know what's happening. I mean, they've all stopped a second time, the back markers. I'm still closing in on Van Dorn. This could be a good overtake chance. He's hopefully going to overtake fairly soon, but he's lost ground again. It's in that middle sector where he's losing ground. Go back to Perez. He is catching up to Fernando Alonso, who himself is catching up to Max Verstappen in 5th place. So a 5th place is on the cards for Sergio Perez. If we can get his strategy right, we'll have a look at this. It is going to get better, the weather, so we may actually pit Ocon in this lap. He's currently in 10th place. This is a bit of a risk. Maybe we'll go one more lap then. Go one more lap. And that's Alonso past Verstappen. Oh no, sorry, that's Verstappen. Past a back marker, I beg your pardon. So Perez is currently pushing. We'll go one more lap, I think. So Ocon, keep an eye on him. Can he survive another lap is the question. I don't think he can. I think we go to... yeah, we're going to go to soft tyres. How many laps have we got? 6 laps remaining. He's going to go to soft tyres. And that may seem like a bit of a silly decision, but we're going to go out there and we're going to try and get him the best result possible. I'm going to go back to medium. We'll go back to medium as well. And we'll keep an eye on Perez. He's in the next lap. Hopefully he can come through on the soft tyres. They've got 8 to 10 laps on them. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh dear. That's... yeah, I think it's worth it fixing the part up. So we'll bring him in and see how he does. He did say he just locked up his tyres, so that's possibly why that's happened. Now Ocon is going to be slow initially on this stint, but as the track gets better and better, he should really get faster and faster. But it depends how much time he loses in the pit stop. Perez is going to come in this lap, and we'll watch him now. Hopefully the fix gets done fairly quickly. It does, and he's away in 9.1 seconds. That's pretty good, and he's out in 7th place, which is brilliant. And he's out on the super soft tyres. It is still wet, but in the next lap or so it's going to get better and better, which is good to see. Ocon is still in 11th place. Maybe we've made a mistake on strategy. We couldn't keep Ocon out much longer. Perez is still in 7th. Well, he's down to 8th now. But remember, all of these will probably have to pit again. Raikkonen already has pitted, actually. So maybe he won't. But it should come in to our hands. The drier this track becomes, and then it can't be judged. There's only 5 laps remaining, and maybe we have made a bit of a mistake on strategy. We'll let Perez push. It looks like Hulkenberg wants to be through. We'll just hopefully let him. It is damp now. Yeah, maybe we should have just went on to the intermediate tyres, although we didn't have any new ones, to be fair. Not for Ocon anyway. Perez back up in 8th place. And he is lapping a lot quicker now. which is good to see. He's going to go high and high. Attack and overtake maybe, just for a couple of laps. Yeah, Perez is going a lot quicker than he was a couple of laps ago, and well, he's only 4 seconds behind Hülkenberg here. It looks like Verstappen's done something wrong. I don't really know what, but he has anyway. Right. Are we going to close in on Nico Hülkenberg as this race dries out? We are closing in on him. Making up a lot of time. Ocon is down in 13th. It doesn't look like he's going to quite manage to get back into the top 10. So we'll keep an eye on Sergio Perez. He's currently in 8th, which would be a good result. He's coming in now on Nico Hülkenberg. Come on. On the final lap of the race, he seems to have lost a bit of pace all of a sudden. We are down on fuel massively. He's going to come down the inside. Is he? He is. He's going to go into 7th on the final lap of the Grand Prix, and Perez finishes 7th. That is a... Oh no, he doesn't. We're on to the final lap now. I look stupid. Yeah, we've got a little bit of fuel left. Ocon is still going to go crazy. Yeah, he finishes 12th. That's unfortunate. Just pitted him a little bit early onto the soft tyres, but Perez is going to come through in a brilliant 7th position. That's all because of strategy. He's come through in 7th. Fair enough, he might have finished ahead of Raikkonen if we'd stayed out on the intermediate tyres, but we'll never know, ultimately. Alonso has finished a brilliant 5th, by the way, but Valtteri Bottas is the winner. That's his first Grand Prix victory, and he has beaten Lewis Hamilton into 2nd place, which is a terrific performance. Daniel Ricciardo rounds out the podium in 3rd position, which is great news for him. Vettel in 4th and Alonso in 5th. Raikkonen finished 6th, and then Perez in 7th, Hülkenberg in 8th, Sainz in 9th, and Verline in 10th. So, we'll see if anybody's got any penalties. You wouldn't imagine so. Oh, drive-through penalty. I guess that was during the race. So there we go. There's the current standings. Sergio Perez into the top 10 with that performance, and we move up to 6th, which is where we were expected to finish at the start of the season. So, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. As I said, it really does help out the channel, and it will mean a lot for me personally as well. So make sure you leave that like, comment down below your feedback on the series. Do you want to see this series carry on? Do you want to see the full season? Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.